the influencer economy and how the coronavirus has decimated it, basically. I'm going to quote a little bit from it. A woman with unwashed hair and a makeup-free face smiles awkwardly, iced coffee in hand for a living room selfie. She has 142,000 followers. Another woman poses in a bikini eating pizza, a houseplant standing in for a palm tree. She has 232,000 followers. Both women are slightly better looking, slightly more stylish, with slightly nicer things than the rest of us, but otherwise they aren't that different. This is what influencing looks like in a pandemic. And then it goes on, as brands drop sponsors, shed payments for links, and suspended product delivery, it's virtually impossible to predict what will become of the influencers, just as it's impossible to predict what will become of any of us. In the meantime, so much wealth sucked out of the market, so much luxury sucked out of our lives, even with most privileged influencers in the world, have slipped closer, if only slightly, to what they once were, people, just like the rest of us. It's an interesting article because it doesn't say the bubbles burst on the influencer economy, which kind of it has, but not necessarily entirely, because the argument of the article is that you're getting a more real look at these people's lives, which, you should have probably been getting all along, but. Yeah. Traveler influencers have no work. There's nobody's traveling. Music influencers, there's no concerts. I guess you could work on these virtual concerts and everything, but there's no festivals or anything. Foodies can't go to restaurants, so unless they know how to cook.
Well, a lot of people are doing that. They're cooking in Instagram, and that's happening a lot. But this is a time that everybody's having a hard time, so I'm kind of not surprised.
Well, it's kind of a good thing too, because there was a lot of scamming going on, I think, in the influencer industry, quote unquote. And we should say that there's a world of difference between the influencers, capital I, where there's beautiful people in beautiful places doing beautiful things that you can possibly ever have that experience. So completely aspirational and unrealistic. And then there's influencers who are thought leaders. They're B2B influencers. They're people who PR people like us have been reaching out to all the time, many years before the quote unquote influencers came along, and that still works.